Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada semua pelajar-pelajar saya. So, kita akan fokus untuk teknik menjawab soalan peperiksaan akhir bagi chapter 1 mengikut kriteria penilaian saya lah. Okay, first of all, we would like to focus on these two set of questions, which is December 2019 and June 2019. Okay. Alright, so first question is define business communication. Right, kita akan tengok define business communication. Keyword ialah define. The second word ialah business communication. Dia tak tanya communication, dia tanya business communication. Okay, jelas di situ ya. And the marks is 5 marks. So what you need to do ialah you need to see the definition of business communication. I know during PDP, kata online ni, final test assessment, anything can be done. You just can copy paste. But what I would like to see ialah what is your understanding towards the keyword business communication. It occurs within an organization lah, in the form of verbal or non-verbal, formal or informal, in order to communicate effectively either internally or externally. Yes, you may copy paste semua ni, tak ada masalah. Okay, tapi saya tak nak tengok kata bila awak copy paste tu, awak copy paste sekali dengan communication. I'm not saying that you can copy paste. It's better that you can exactly can write it on kalau soalan ni keluar. Yang penting awak kena faham business communication ialah communication occurs within an organization, in the form of verbal or non-verbal, formal or informal, in order to communicate effectively either internally or externally. Okay, dia berbeza dengan communication secara general. Ini yang saya kata secara general, dia giving, receiving or exchanging information. Okay, ini secara general. Boleh tak madam saya letak dua-dua? Boleh, tapi markah hanya base kepada sini. Tapi kalau saya detect ataupun I can notice that you are exactly trying to do your own words, it's okay. Try hard, insyaAllah. Okay, kalau kita akan nampak semua orang punya effort. Okay, jelas soalan nombor 1, define business communication, 5 marks. You need to write everything within, the terms. Okay, business communication. Alright, faham ya kat situ? So, kita moving on to second. So, second question is briefly explain 5 types of communication. Okay, 10 marks. 5 types of communication. Awak boleh je tulis 5 types, tapi dia minta di sini briefly explain. Briefly explain. Maknanya dia nak awak tulis penjelasan. Kat sini akan ada kesilapan besar, awak akan hilang markah when you try to copy paste without trying to do in your own words. Okay? So, kita akan tengok jawapan dia yang mana. So, 5 types of communication. 1 is, you kalau dia tanya, please list 5 types of communication. You can list this. But dia tanya briefly explain. So, you kena lah explain. First type of communication is intrapersonal communication. It means that it's communicating with oneself or within yourself. Right? So, dyadic interpersonal communication. Okay, number 2. Number 3, small group communication, public communication, mass communication. Each one of these with explanation will entitle you 2 marks each. So, 5 times 2 dapatlah 10 marks. Clear ya? Okay? Jangan kata saya tak bagi tahu macam mana you nak dapat markup. So, we are moving on to question number 3. Which is briefly discuss. Ni explain. Yang ini discuss. Okay, 5 benefits of effective communication. Explain dengan discuss beza ke madam? Explain mungkin apa yang awak dapat tu awak tengok. Dekat situ pun tak ada panjang. You nak explain macam mana, apa yang ada je. Discuss ni you kena explain lebih sikit. So, kita sambung semula mengenai benefits of effective communication. So, kalau kita lihat, okay, ada 8 points for benefits of effective communication. So, for these points, entitled each one of these points will be 2 marks. Okay, ada yang kata, madam boleh tak saya buat 4 aja? But to be safe, you buat 5 points. You choose 5 points then you elaborate more on each of these points. If you're saying about quicker problem solving, when we communicate, we tend to list all the choices of problem solving methods that we would like to see for each of the problems arise. Okay, so you explain, elaborate sikit. If you want to say about stronger decision making, when in business decision making, we would like to see a lot of alternative to do some decision. So when we consensus on one decision making, so it shows that it will be a very stronger decision made by all the organization members. Okay, so you can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sampai daripada quicker problem solving sampailah ke improve stakeholder response. Apa maksud stakeholder? Ahli dalam organisation tu, management atas, okay, yang terlibat dalam pengurusan bisnes tu sendiri. Itulah stakeholder. Okay, ataupun external. Okay, stakeholder ni maknanya siapa yang menjaga nama baik organisasi. Sama ada awak sendiri sebagai klien bisnes tu. Okay, contohnya stakeholder, kita nak cakap improve stakeholder response. You student dekat UiTM, maknanya you pun antara among of stakeholder. Kita nak jaga nama baik you juga untuk bagi education yang terbaik. Saya yang mengajar ni pun, saya pun stakeholder juga. Sebab saya kena jaga nama baik UiTM. Siapa UiTM? UiTM tu lah organisation kita. Okay? Alright? So, moving on. Kalau you tengok June 2019 ni, soalan pertama dia adalah define communication. Did it says that anything business communication kat sini? Tidak ada. So, goes back to your first definition tu, yang ada dua part tu. Atas tu ialah communication, bawah tu ialah business communication. So, you need to differentiate between communication and business communication. Okay? Right? Cuba kita. So, this is the first part. 5 marks. Giving, receiving. Okay? Bagi, terima, or exchange, menukar. Okay, bertukar informasi, pendapat or ideas by writing, speech or visual, means so that the message communicated is completely understood by the recipients. Okay, so this is general. Beza ya antara communication dengan business communication. You have to understand that. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So you can see that briefly explain 4 factors that contribute to effective communication. 4 factors, 10 marks. So, maknanya each factor 2.5 marks. You have to explain, students. You have to explain nicely. Okay? So, kita tengok. So, 4 factors. You tengok dekat sini. Explain. Management foster an open communication climate. Maknanya management pengurusan mengamalkan. Okey, boleh berkomunikasi. Tidak ada masalah nak bercakap dengan bos, bercakap dengan orang bawahan. Okey, cara macam mana nak sampaikan tu. So, you kena cari sedikit maklumat. How exactly an open communication climate ni. Cuba Google sikit. Open communication climate ni macam mana. Okey, dapatkan maklumat tambahan di sini. Cuba buat, nanti tambah dekat ayat yang awak dah betulkan tu. Sebab tu saya kata tulis tangan aja. Nanti you tambah. Contoh, employees understand the difficulties involved in intercultural communication. So maknanya employees pun faham ada masalah dari segi budaya. Okay, nak faham tu. So you Google sikit. Difficulties in intercultural communication. Okay, number 3. Employees are proficient in communication technology. Okay, so apa dia maksudnya proficient? Maknanya dia pandai nak guna gadget. Okay, so you need to explain more on this part. Number 4, all messages are created and processed in a timely and efficient manner. Maknanya ada prosedur. Bila nak hantar email, bila nak bermesyuarat, bila bagi notis, bila bagi agenda. Semuanya ada waktunya. Faham ya? So get yourself, Google all of this point and tulis balik dekat kertas yang you dah conteng tu, yang dah you tulis jawapan tu. Bagi sedikit example supaya you boleh ingat. Okay, the last question for chapter 1 untuk 2 sets ni ialah discuss 5 ways to overcome barriers to communication. 10 marks, 5 ways. Each point will consist of 2 marks. Get it? So, kalau dekat slide saya ni ada 4 barriers sahaja. So, kita pergi pada syllabus terkini. 4 barriers sahaja yang kita akan guna. So, ada 4 barriers ni, you explain 4 barriers. You don't worry. But you need to understand what does it mean by perceptual differences. Okay, you kena explain. Orang tengok lain, faham lain daripada mata kita ni. Right? Restrictive environment, maknanya tak boleh keluar, lack of effective means of sharing ideas, company tak bagi sangat orang kata berkomunikasi kat luar. Okay, so that's why I said that you need to Google it out. Apa maksudnya dari segi apa yang saya explain dalam video, then you have to understand that. Distractions, information is difficult to understand, also communication barrier. Awak tak faham, awak tanya. Awak tak faham, awak tanya. Okay, tak apalah saya marah tapi still awak tanya. So emotional distraction pun boleh menyebabkan sebab awak rasa bengang sangat. Kalau tanya je kena marah. Kalau tanya je kena marah. Baik tanya daripada tak tanya langsung. And poor listening. Of course, you have to have a very good ear to listen to the instructions. And of course, noise. Sekarang ni dari segi orang kata PDP ni macam-macam. Tapi kita nak cakap dari segi organisasi ni. Okay, number 4, deceptive tactics. Tactics to mislead message. Contohnya lah, sekarang ni banyak sangat online. 7-7 lah. Okay, business nak buat macam mana tu? Maknanya kita nak dapat sale banyak sampai lain jadinya. So, itulah yang you kena explain very well to get your marks. Hopefully, all this explanation, you tengok balik jawapan you, yang you tulis tangan tu, conteng sikit, tambah sikit apa yang you nak tambah. Tak ada masalah. Tulis dengan pensel, pen warna lain. So, saya nampak effort you untuk tambah point di situ. Okay? Clear? Assalamualaikum. Dan salam sejahtera.